If I told you that you're wasting the most valuable 10 minutes of your entire day, would you believe me? That those same 10 minutes, if used correctly, could restructure your brain, reprogram your financial patterns, and ignite the mindset that builds empires. Would you ignore it? The shocking truth is, millionaires don't think the way you do. Not because they were born lucky, but because they've rewired their brains intentionally. In this video, you're about to discover the exact method they use and how you can start changing your future today with just 10 minutes a day. Miss it, and you may miss your chance to escape the mental trap that's been silently holding you back. Part 1. The invisible architecture of the brain. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your current thoughts, your daily habits, your internal dialogue. They're not entirely yours. They've been wired into you unintentionally through repetition, environment, and society. You've been programmed by default, not by design. And unless you take control of that wiring, you'll keep looping the same patterns: procrastination, financial fear, scarcity thinking. But what if you could override that script? What if you could engineer your mind the same way top performers do? Neuroscience now confirms the brain is plastic, flexible. It's capable of change at any stage of life. This concept, neuroplasticity, means that through focused repetition, emotion, and intent, you can physically rewire your brain for wealth, resilience, and focus. In a study published in the journal Nature Reviews Neuroscience, researchers found that even short daily practices, like visualization or mindful breathing, lead to observable changes in brain structure, especially in areas tied to decision-making and long-term planning. Millionaires don't have different brains. They've just trained theirs differently. And this is where your 10 minutes a day comes in. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about upgrading the operating system running your life. Part 2. The 10-minute millionaire rewiring method. So what do those 10 minutes actually look like? You're not going to light candles or chant mantras. You're going to activate specific cognitive processes proven to rewire your brain. Let's break it down, minute by minute. You begin with 2 minutes of intentional stillness. Eyes closed, spine straight, breathing deep. This isn't just relaxation. It shifts your brain into a slower frequency known as theta. Theta is the doorway to the subconscious. It's the programming zone. And every millionaire habit you install needs to go there, not just into conscious awareness. Next, 2 minutes of identity-based visualization. And this is key. You're not visualizing goals. You're visualizing yourself as the person who already achieved them. You're seeing yourself walking into boardrooms with confidence, negotiating deals, receiving payments, living in that penthouse. The brain doesn't distinguish imagination from reality. It wires the experience as if it were real. Then comes gratitude, but not the generic kind. For 2 minutes, you focus on the abundance already present in your life. Why? Because gratitude activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and priming your perception to look for opportunity rather than threats. People who practice gratitude daily are proven to make better long-term financial decisions. After that, 2 minutes of intentional alignment, you write down your top 3 priorities for the day. But here's the catch. They must align with the millionaire identity you visualized earlier. If you saw yourself as a disciplined investor, What would that version of you focus on today? This exercise bridges vision with execution. And finally, 2 minutes of active self-conditioning. Spoken affirmations. Not whispered, not written, spoken. Neuroscience shows that vocal repetition reinforces neural pathways faster than silent thinking. You're declaring truths into your system. I am a focused wealth creator. I attract high-level opportunities. Every decision I make moves me forward. It may feel strange at first, but with repetition, your brain accepts it. And more importantly, starts filtering reality to prove it true. Part 3. Brain rewiring triggers. What millionaires do differently. Here's what separates high performers from the rest. They don't leave their brain chemistry to chance. They expose themselves to specific mental and environmental triggers every single day. One of them is novelty. Millionaires seek new experiences, ideas, and perspectives constantly. This constant stimulation keeps the brain flexible, alert, primed to adapt. It's why they read obsessively, why they change environments, why they invest in coaching or mastermind groups. It keeps their mental wiring expanding. Another is decision-making speed. High performers make fast decisions with incomplete data and commit to the outcome. This isn't recklessness. It's trust in their internal compass, built through repeated self-alignment practices like the routine we've outlined. Finally, they deliberately condition themselves against scarcity. They track growth, not just problems. They ask, "How did I win today?" instead of, "What did I miss?" This positive reinforcement loop wires their brain for resilience and momentum, even in setbacks. And the truth is, none of this is genetic. You're not locked out. You're just untrained. But not for long. Part 4. The Millionaire Mind Circuit. Now let's zoom out. What happens when you don't just try this once or for a few days, but when this becomes who you are? Neuroscientists call it Hebbian learning. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Which means every time you repeat this 10-minute practice, you're not just feeling good temporarily, you're physically reinforcing a new identity at the neurological level. At first, it's fragile, like planting a seed. But within weeks, something incredible happens. That identity starts to run automatically. Your brain begins to filter ideas, people, and opportunities based on this upgraded self-image. You'll start saying no to distractions, not out of willpower, but because they just won't match the person you're becoming. You'll start noticing ideas, partnerships, investments, and moves that were invisible to you before. Not because they weren't there, but because you finally trained your brain to see them. This is the Millionaire Mind Circuit. It's self-reinforcing. And once it's activated, it doesn't turn off easily. In fact, most millionaires aren't grinding harder than you. They've just installed better code. And you can do the same. One repetition at a time. So now you know, the 10 most valuable minutes of your day aren't found on your phone. They're found within you. What you do in that small window can define everything else. How you think, how you feel, how you earn, how you live. So you don't need more motivation. You need alignment. You need a method. And now, you have it. Start with 10 minutes. Show up tomorrow and the next day, and let the process do what it's meant to do. Upgrade your mind, and in turn, your life. If this resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's ready to wake up their millionaire mindset. Because if you're watching this, it means part of you is already ready.